We are going to be making a plate today. So from your kit, you need to find your plate. Mine has a chip in it, but I'm not gonna worry about it for now. You also are gonna need this sticker that is a rocket ship. You are going to need your straw. You're gonna need a little bit of water. You should have some black paint that is in one of these containers, and you're gonna need dish soap. You need to cover your area. I have a tablecloth down, and you are going to need a paper towel. I actually doubled mine. We're gonna be blowing bubbles with our straw, and so with the paper towel, you just wanna make sure you cover where you spill, okay? So get all your supplies together. If you need to pause the video and go grab them, and then we'll get started. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take your rocket and we're gonna peel the sticker away from the backing. Mine's coming out pretty easily, and I think mine is actually smaller than yours because I had to reprint mine. I accidentally threw my other one away. So as I peel this out, I'm going carefully. I don't wanna wrinkle it, and I'm just, when I get down here to where the fire is, popping it out of those edges, like so. All right, so I have my rocket, and I'm gonna take my rocket and I'm gonna put it in the center of my plate. And like I said, yours is a little bit bigger, and that's probably a good idea. I just printed mine real quick so I could do the video. So I have my rocket. Now that I have my rocket on my plate, I wanna take my fingers and I wanna make sure there's no air bubbles, because if there are any air bubbles, it's going to get underneath your sticker. So now that I have that, I'm gonna get my black paint, and I am going to, yours should already be in a container, and I think I gave you 2 containers of black so that you would be able to do this without having to mix up your other black. Anyway, so this, whatever the smaller container is, it's really just a kind of a lump of black like that. If you don't have 2 containers, separate out some of your black so that you have it. So putting that aside, if these are the pottery paints, I don't know if I said that, make sure you use the pottery paints and not the acrylics. The acrylics will not work on your pottery. In fact, it'll ruin your piece, so be very careful with that. All right, so I put the lid on because these will dry out. If yours do dry out, you can add little drops of water to it. Once I have that, I'm actually gonna take my dish soap and I'm gonna pour a little bit of dish soap into my container, and then I'm gonna pour water. I'm gonna fill it about halfway. Once I have that, I'm gonna grab my straw and I'm gonna stir it. Now I don't wanna stir it, I'm kinda stirring it over my plate, and so I had to move out of the way. I wanna make sure that, it's gross, look at that. Make sure you're using the end of your straw that you're not gonna blow out of, because that's kinda gross. So the bubble part, once I get this really super mixed, all I'm gonna do is put the straw in my mouth. The straw is a bendy straw. When I hold the cup, I wanna hold it directly over the plate. I don't wanna set it down, I wanna hold it. Now sometimes when I am helping kids, I have a grown-up, I'm the grown-up, I don't know what I'm talking about. A grown-up can hold the cup for you. You don't wanna overdo your bubbles. You wanna gently blow, and then you're gonna watch them pop. Okay, watch this. Take a big breath. Make sure you don't suck in. The soap is disgusting, plus it's mixed with paint. Okay, so here we go. I made sure I covered the whole entire plate. I'm gonna set this aside. This is just trash now. I have an extra paper towel here, and I'm just gonna wipe my finger on it. I'm gonna pick up the camera and I'm gonna show you. So it's on my plate, and now it's a time to be patient. I just want those bubbles to drop, because really what I'm creating is the outer space sky. And so when my plate is all the way popped, I'm gonna have some black surrounding my rocket ship, and then I'm gonna peel the sticker, and then I am going to paint my rocket ship. Now you can paint your rocket ship any way you want. So again, it's the pottery colors. So pull out your pottery colors, let this rest for just a minute. As soon as all the bubbles are popped, you are ready to peel. You don't have to wait for the plate to be completely dry. You don't have to wait for your plate to, I mean, there's nothing you have to do. It can still be wet. You just don't want drippy paint. Now my bubbles are almost done popping, and I kind of have a puddle in the middle. You can drop a paper towel once they're mostly popped and let it suck up some of the excess water. So I'm gonna show you mine. I'm just soaking up. Now I don't want to smudge the bubbles or anything. You'll notice it's a lot darker around my rocket ship, but you're gonna be able to see the bubbles when it comes out of the kiln. So I now can peel my rocket ship off. I've got a nice pattern. I have a few places where the rocket did kind of let that water seep underneath, but the good news on that is that I'm gonna grab like my orange and my red and my yellow, and I'm gonna do my fire, and that's gonna cover the black. One of the things on paintbrushes, I just had a paintbrush here that I was gonna use. You wanna use, I've lost my paintbrushes, people. You wanna use a small brush, and you wanna make sure when you paint that you are getting in the lines, and you really wanna cover pretty thickly. So 2 to 3 coats of paint, not on the bubbles are done. The next thing is you have a star in your kit. The star is meant to be attached to the plate. So paint your star yellow or however you want to paint your star. When you bring this back to the studio so that I can put it in the kiln and it gets fired and shiny and nice and glazed, that star is going to be in your sky. All right? So have fun painting your rocket. Have fun blowing your bubbles. Have fun with this project.